She unwrapped him from the blanket and stood him on his feet on the lab floor. He rocked and swayed unsteadily before Mary could grab his hand. "Walk, Jamie. You can do it. Come on, honey. Try and walk for Mary." He stood and wobbled uncertainly on his feet. Laura knelt down to his level and was rewarded with a dazed smile from Jamie. Laura returned his smile and cooed invitingly at Jamie. "Walkies, Jamie. Go walkies for Laura." He smiled again and took a step. "That's a good boy. Come to Laura." She backed off a pace and knelt with her arms outstretched. "Come to Laura, sweetheart." He took another step and fell on his bottom, still holding onto Mary's hand. Jamie's expression rapidly changed from surprise to frustration and he began to cry. Laura looked at him sympathetically and said, "Let's see if crawling will do it. Mary, would you put him on the table?" Mary picked him up and placed him on the table on his hands and legs. "Crawl, honey," Mary demanded. "Crawl for Mary." Jamie crawled to the end of the table obediently, then turned and started to crawl back to Mary. Halfway across the table, Jamie stopped with a puzzled expression on his face. Jamie's confused frown turned into a half smile and Laura said, "Look, Mrs. Farr. He's pooping in his diaper. I'll get ready to change him." Laura picked up the bag and put it on the table next to Jamie. She took a small travel pack of baby wipes, a blue box the size of a pint of milk, a box the size of a toothpaste tube, a tube of KY jelly, and a stack of clean diapers out of the bag. She went over to a supply cabinet and brought back some contaminated material bags and a box of latex gloves. She gloved her hands and said, "We need to be careful when we change his diaper. There might be some active bots in the stools. We'll have to treat the diaper as a Class 1 biohazard and incinerate it." They waited another 5 minutes until they were sure that Jamie had finished his bowel movement. Laura picked up Jamie under his armpits and laid him on his back. She unfastened the tapes on the diaper and pulled it down, exposing his pubic area. She opened the baby wipes and lifted his legs with one hand, then cleaned his bottom with the wipe. Mary slid a clean diaper underneath his bottom and Laura gently lowered him back to the table. Ben supervised the operation and explained the next procedure while Laura sealed the dirty wipe, used diaper and gloves into a contaminated materials bag. "We need to make sure that all the bots are out of his system. The computer indicates that all of them have flushed into his rectum and ceased to function. All we need to do now is make sure his rectum is completely cleaned out. Laura, when you've finished with that bag, would you prepare the solution for the next step while I begin the initial cleaning?" He gloved up and turned Jamie on his stomach, causing Jamie to squeal in fright. "Mary, would you glove up too, so you can help me? I think Jamie needs some reassurance." Mary put on the glove dutifully and held Jamie's back down while Ben opened the toothpaste-sized box. "It's all right, sweetie. Ben won't hurt you. It'll all be over in a minute," she cooed down at Jamie. Ben held up a accordion-like plastic tube filled with a clear gel. He withdrew the laxative applicator and dropped it into an empty materials bag and then turned Jamie onto his back. "This should only take a minute, Jamie. It won't hurt, I promise," Ben said. Amy gazed into the eyes of his old friend with a trusting look that rapidly changed into one of surprise. A minute later, Jamie pooped onto the diaper lying flat on the table beneath him. Mary put her hand on his abdomen to keep him from moving off of the diaper. "We're ready when you are, Laura," Ben called. Laura came over with a stoppered 1,000 milliliters Erlenmeyer flask full of a white soapy-looking solution. "I'm ready now, Ben."